Hello friends, I'm Colonel Chahal, and in this video we will look at certain important tips that you may find useful while you prepare for your personal interview from home. जो आपकी पर्सनल इंटरव्यू है उसको आप ब्रॉडली 5 सेक्शंस में बांट सकते हैं ताकि आप हर एक सेक्शन की अच्छे से प्रिपरेशन कर सकें. And in each of these sections, I'll be telling you certain important areas that will be addressed by the interviewing officer and certain important questions that you could kind of prepare on your own. Naturally, since it's a personal interview, you'll have to prepare for the answers on your own. But remember, when you're preparing these answers, they have to be socially desirable responses. So you have to ask yourself, whatever that I'm speaking, how would it be taken by the person to whom I'm telling all this? So the first section is called the icebreaker section, where primarily the interviewing officer wants to get you going for the interview. He wants to build up a little bit of a rapport with you. He wants you to put you at ease so that you are comfortable discussing about various other things. There will be things like, he may ask you to introduce yourself. He may say, tell me something about yourself or something about the place that you've come from. So ये questions होते हैं primarily to make you feel comfortable, and then he will get you going for the interview proper. So the second section that you could prepare for is your family and your interpersonal relations at home and the responsibilities that you kind of shoulder at home. So उसमें questions like, whom are you closer with in your family? Whom do you share your secrets with? He may ask you to compare yourself with your sibling. उसके जो positives हैं या negatives हैं उसके साथ आपको compare करेंगे. He may ask you questions like, if you have to share an important thing, do you share it with your father or your mother? Or tell me some negative qualities of your parents. ऐसे करके he may ask you certain questions to see your interpersonal relations at home. Then he may also want to know what is your daily routine so that he gets to know कि भाई आप अपना time कैसे spend करते हो. Do you find some time for your family and participate in household chores also? कि आप बिल्कुल अपनी धुन में रहते हो. So the routine that you mention should have various elements of, where you kind of do something physically, where you work on your awareness, where you participate in the household activities as well, and how you balance out your time with all of that, with your academics, with your physical activities, with your hobbies and time at home. तो वो अच्छे से आपको एक डेली रूटीन अपने लिए प्रिपेयर करनी है, और in fact you should follow that routine so that you don't have to tell any lies. So make sure that the daily routine that you make is fairly comprehensive, and it talks about things which makes your personality an all-round personality. The third section is about your academics, your education. So उसके अंदर he may want to know about your academic performance. अगर आपके कोई drop in performance थी तो he may like to know क्यों हुआ. अगर आपने कोई school change किया या college change किया, क्यों किया. If academics में, if you have excelled somewhere, and what did it lead to that. He may also want to see how do you balance out your time with your academics and the other things that you do. He may also ask you questions like, tell me which subject you found difficult and why. He may want to know which teacher you did not like, if at all you did not like, and why. Within your friend circle also, you would like to know how many friends do you have, who's your best friend. He may ask you to compare yourself with your best friend. Tell me something that he has and you do not have. इस तरह से questions पूछेंगे about your basic academic life. Then the fourth compartment or the section that you have is your hobbies and interests. So hobbies and interests may he would primarily want to know that do you have passion for that particular hobby, or do you have the love for that particular sport that you mentioned there कि आप ऐसे ही आपने लिखने के लिए लिख दिया. So make sure that you do not lie, you do not say something that you have not physically done. It is good to write only those things that you have done, and in case maybe आपने कोई चीज़ casually खेली है या पहले खेलते थे अभी नहीं खेल रहे हो, तो it may be a good idea to find out and update yourself. Maybe नेट पे जाके पता करो लेटेस्ट टूर्नामेंट कौन सा हुआ, कौन जीता, कौन हारा, नेशनल इंटरनेशनल प्लेयर्स कौन कौन से हैं, कोई कंट्रोवर्सी चल रही है उस पर्टिकुलर गेम के बारे में. तो इट इज़ गुड टू find out more information in case you have not played that game for a few years, या आप उसको casually खेलते हो, even then it is important to have interest in that particular game. Questions like he may ask you to organize an event based on the hobby that you mentioned. He may also ask you to organize a sports activity, a game जो आप खेलते हो उसके साथ related. So make sure that you have basic information about whatever that you've written there, and maybe you could acquire some more knowledge so that you're able to confidently speak about that. The fifth section is primarily miscellaneous questions, jisme things like he may want to know how much are you motivated to join the forces. He may ask you, why do you want to join the forces? Then he may ask you things like, if you're a repeater, why were you not selected last time? What went wrong? In case you're going for the first time, he may ask you what inspired you to apply for it. आपने पहले क्यों नहीं किया? 10th 12th के बाद NDA के लिए क्यों नहीं apply किया? So he may want to know how much passion do you have for the forces. के are you just a job seeker कि और कुछ नहीं मिला तो अभी आप यहाँ आ गए. So इसलिए when you're talking about your interest in the forces, you should actually get goosebumps. It will be seen in the way you speak up. So it's very important for you to have genuine interest, because that is very important for you to join the forces. So that is an important area that you must address. Then he may ask you, certain SRTs may be asked from you, certain situations you want to, clarify some personality attribute of yours. Let's say आपके कोई social attribute पता करना चाह रहे हैं, या एडजस्टमेंट फैक्टर को पता करना चाह रहे हैं, आपकी सेंस ऑफ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी को पता करना चाह रहे हैं, तो उस लिहाज से, उस तरह से यू विल बी आस्क्ड सर्टेन सिचुएशंस, और जो आपके रिस्पॉन्सेज हैं नेचुरली उसके बेसिस के ऊपर ही विल गेट टू नो एज टू इन दैट पर्टिकुलर एरिया दैट पर्टिकुलर क्वालिटी ऑफ योर्स और एट्रीब्यूट ऑफ योर्स, इज इट पॉजिटिव, नेगेटिव, किस तरह से आप उसको डील करते हो सिचुएशन को, विल डिक्टेट दैट. So make sure that when you are replying to him, you ask yourself, is this a socially desirable thought? So make sure that you are giving answers which are sensible. Also, make sure that while you're giving the answers, they should be appropriate. They should be not too long or too short, because if you बहुत ज़्यादा कई बार आप बोलते हो, you are verbose, that may actually irritate the interviewing officer. Or sometimes you are so cryptic कि जो आप वो पूछना चाह रहा है अच्छे से बता नहीं पा रहे हो, तो उनको बार बार से क्वेश्चंस पूछना पड़ रहे हैं. सो इट इज लाइक अ कांस्टेंट बैटल बिटवीन यू एंड द इंटरव्यूइंग ऑफिसर. ही इज ट्राइंग टू रीड यू एंड यू आर सपोज्ड टू रीड हिम एंड मेक श्योर दैट यू अंडरस्टैंड कि भाई अभी उनको इतना ही चाहिए या और वो जानना चाह रहे हैं. सो whatever that he is asking, your answers should be complete and comprehensive. So these are certain basic areas that he will be asking you questions about. And lastly, before you go, normally he will say, is there anything that you want to ask me? So that is in a polite way. He's telling you that the interview is now over and you can leave. So maybe a good way to say would be that, sir, I really enjoyed interacting with you. There is nothing that I wish to ask you. And then he'll say, thank you. Then you could leave. So this is how the interview will happen. And now that I've told you about these 5 sections, broadly, that you will be asked questions about, so you can develop some more questions based on your own interview, own PIQ form. So you could look at some more questions that you have filled up in the PIQ form, and you will be able to prepare for your interview. At least 60-70% of your interview you can actually prepare before you land up there, and you will find those questions by and large familiar because you would have already prepared for them. So I hope you find this video useful. Thank you very much.